What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's going on, people? How we doing? Man, it has been a very, 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 very busy weekend. I've been feeling good too. That's the thing about it. When I feel good, I can get stuff done. It's when I feel like crap. It's when it feels like everything's going downhill. I don't get much done. But I have had a awesome weekend. No ifs, no ands, no buts about it. But yeah, man, it's been good. And I hope everybody has had an awesome weekend themselves. But it is a Monday. It is a Monday all day, man. All day. Period, point blank. Anyway, hey, look. So, I'm on at like 8:30 right now because baseball. Like I said, when baseball season starts, pretty much everything stops. And that's what we do. We are a baseball family. We have been a baseball family for about 28 years. Both my boys played. Now it's my grandson that's out on the field playing. So he did make the 13U AAA team this year. So that's always a good thing. It's always a good thing. And we enjoy it, man. I tell you, that is one of the greatest things to be able to do. Once you guys get to the point to where you can find somebody that you can marry and hopefully, and God willing, be with, where you can go through the stages that God set us up to go through, where you're just yourselves, and then you come together and you become Mr. and Mrs., and then you become mommy and daddy, and then you become Nana and Papa. That is how God made it to be. Not, some dude running around having 4-5 kids with 3-4 different women, and he got all these kids running around and he ain't taking care of none of them. I ain't talking about nobody, so don't be getting mad and upset and Rev's on there talking about blah, 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 blah. No, I'm just giving you the way God set it up to be. He put it in a sense of letting us know who's supposed to be the boss, who's supposed to be the helper, and he put it in a way of saying that I'm going to take the man to be the boss, and I'm going to take the woman. Well, not the boss. Sorry. Yeah. Well, let me make sure my wife is not watching this, because you know how it works in your house. Don't act like my house is the only house where you're not the boss. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Dude's gonna be sitting there going, "You're not the boss in your house. You're not the boss in your house either. So don't even come over here and try that noise with me, because y'all know that as well as I do." But anyway, I'm just rambling off for a minute. That's about it. Rambling off for a minute. But hey, look, couple things here real quick. That damn Minneapolis City Council. There's some idiots. I'm talking. Now I hope people sit back. I always get that question. Why, Rev? Why this or why that? Why this? You got to sit back. You got to watch this thing. Watch this thing happen, right? Watch how they literally are draining downtown Minneapolis. Literally, they're just draining it. And I said back in 2000 when Philippe Cunningham got on the city council, and I said, that dude is a terror. Well, hold on. No, I'm going to do this the right way. I don't care what people say. She is a terror. And she needs to be removed from the board. Because that's when somewhat the activists started getting on the board. So I did everything in my power. I campaigned against her, which, well, hold on. Let me For those who don't know who I'm talking about, let me make sure we're all on the same page. Felique Cunningham is a woman who called herself a man. Okay, so let's make sure we understand who we're talking about. So when I say she, and our people be like, I don't remember. I remember a guy, but I don't remember. That's who I'm talking about. So I put every effort I had, anybody I knew, whatever it took to get that one off of the Minneapolis board, that's what I did. And we got that one off of the board. But I thought the people of Minneapolis would be smart enough to understand what I was telling them. These activists that are that are running for these seats, there's an underline to these activists. And no matter what we said to these white liberal white women, and that's why you got the city board you got. That's the reason Minneapolis City Board is as is because of these liberal Democrats. Okay? And if you don't believe me, Liz Collins and Alpha News, go on their website. There's a liberal white woman literally on a right-wing website bitching and moaning about what they did. The very woman that's on the website with Liz Collins talking about the Democratic Party, she's a Democrat. She ushered in everything you see right now. When we were sitting here, when they was talking about defund the police, that crap, those activists, and they got together with the socialists, and the socialists were grooming these boneheads. And they was and so all of the people in Minneapolis that didn't want to run for a seat, but still got behind this stupid movement that they had going on, start voting these characters in. And Jason Chavez is one of those characters that should have never been voted in. Ever. That dude should never be on that city council. And I thought Robin, I thought she was somebody with a head and a mindset at one point in time. Come to realize she ain't no better than the rest of them. That's what you got on that board. You got the Democrats who are literally fighting for their lives now, going up against these socialists, these activist socialists, and they're fighting in the Democratic Party, saying who's gonna be who. But the Democratic Party was stupid enough to open the door to let these idiots in. And it's all under guise as being an activist out doing for the city, being out doing this and doing that, when they really are not doing anything but running off at the mouth and being loud. The louder you are, the more they love you. But hold on. Let me back up there. As long as you're loud in their mindset, in doing things that as long as you're loud in their bubble. But if you try to get out the bubble, it's hard. So you got these numbnuts, stupid idiots, with all that's going on, all this stuff that's going on in Minneapolis. You got businesses closing down. You got homelessness that's going through the roof. You got all of this stuff that's going on. People don't want to go down there because the gangs is taking over the crime and all of the stuff that's happening down there. And these numbnuts, their whole mindset is giving two dudes a comfortable place to go play with each other. They're trying to, they literally, where is that at? I put that out. I put that out because it was just, it's pathetic. Literally. You got these two numbnuts sitting here. Hold on. This is what she said. She said sex in commercial buildings. Said it makes for spicy headlines. That's no, Robin. That's exactly what it is. Let's call it. See, they like to put crap out there and try to make you believe that you don't see. Hold on. That you don't see what you see. This is what these numbnuts are doing. Robin knows what she's doing ain't right. Robin Walmsley, city council member, is who I'm talking about right now. She was a so-called activist. Now she done turned coat on everybody. The reason she even got a seat is because she came in as a Democratic activist. That's the only reason she got that seat. Not because she was going to do a good job, not because they thought she was going to, because she ain't done a damn good job. She's an activist. She's a socialist activist. And now she's up here toting water. So therefore, these gay men can be comfortable feeling on each other. Look, I don't beat around the bush, man. I ain't got time for that. That's exactly what's going on here. She said, but the truth is that bathhouses has a long, important history as a safe space in the LGBTQIA plus community. Keep your ass at home. That's a safe place. No, I'm not buying. Y'all can buy this. Y'all can buy this. She said, let's repeal the bathhouse ban and make Minneapolis a city where our queer community can thrive. Every community can thrive in Minneapolis. Every community has thrived in Minneapolis. We don't need special places for people. Well, you know what? Matter of fact, I want a special place. I need a special place. How is that? You know what? I want to be able to go downtown and walk around without my firearm and feel safe. How is that, Robin? You know what? Make me feel safe. Make me feel safe enough that my wife can go downtown by herself or with her friends and have a drink one night or something or watch a show. How is that? Why can't you make the everyday taxpayer citizen safe in downtown? Hello? I mean, if we're handing out cards, I want to be just as safe as the LGBTQIA plus community. I want to be just as safe. But you know what, Robin? I don't feel safe. You know why? Because the activists on that city council are doing everything they possibly can do to make sure there is no safe spots for us. If I wanted to go to a game and then go to a bar to get something to eat right after, even though I don't drink, maybe I want to one day. Maybe one day I get to the point where I'm like, you know what? I've been alcohol free for umpteen many years. I think I deserve to go and sit down and have me a blue moon or somewhere. But you know what, Robin? I don't feel safe downtown. I don't feel safe when I'm walking around chasing young kids, young 16, 17-year-old boys that I know have guns on them. I don't feel safe when I'm running them off the streets. Robin, you know what? I need some help. I need help, Robin, getting these kids off the streets. I need help when they're running around. Oh, you know what, Robin? I just had to pay $350. You know why I paid $350? And I got the videotape of the Kia boys still in a car out of Elsie's Grill Bar and Grill's parking lot, running into my wife's car. You know what happened, Robin? They took out the whole driver's side door and the driver's side passenger door, and we had to go without a second vehicle. Forever. I had to run my wife to work and back. We had to work without. And then I had to pay the deductible for that, Robin. Robin, I would like for my vehicle to go downtown, to be able to go downtown. And I would like for the vehicle to not to be hit by a group that y'all pretty much let do whatever they want to do, Robin. Can I be just as safe as the queer community? I want to thrive, Robin. Can I thrive? Why do I have to be put down? Why do I have to give up everything? I can't go downtown. I can't drive downtown. I can't walk downtown the streets. I can't go and talk to a group of teenagers. I got to worry about where the shot's coming from. Get out of here with that crap. Get out of here with that crap. And you get behind that phony Jason Chavez. Jason is as phony as a $3 bill. That's your first problem, Robin. That's your first problem, dealing with somebody like him. Anyway, get out of here with some safe. Safe my ass. Safe my ass. All the thing y'all want to do is give some dudes some opportunity. If that's what they want, then go rent a hotel room. Put a hot tub in your backyard. There's a lot of things you can do, but we don't need to spend taxpayers' money, because that's where it's coming from. We don't need to spend my money. Y'all done let enough money get out of here. You done let a whole community rob us blind, and y'all sitting there acting like it didn't happen. Y'all get the hell out of here. Seriously. I don't know where you're from, Robin. I don't know if you're from Chicago, but if that's the deal, if you're not born and raised here and you don't want to do right by Minnesotans, woman, pick up your mat and walk, because you ain't needed here. Period. So, I'm being serious, man. Yo, I'm tired of this here. Here's the thing that gets me, right? People who go against this crap, who are not gonna fall trap for this crap, who's not gonna fall into it. Oh, I'm the bad person for speaking truth to power. That's why I say y'all need to read Jonah. Jonah, listen, watch this here. Jonah said, God told Jonah, I need you to go down to Nineveh because them people are bad. Them people ain't doing right. I need you to go down there and give them a message. And Jonah was like, I ain't going down there because them some bad people, and that y'all ain't going to shut me up. It's just not going to happen. And I'm not like Jonah. I'm here to give you a message. If you don't like the message, tune me off and go on about your business. But I ain't Jonah. I ain't afraid of you. I'm not afraid. I've been doing this too damn long. Too long. Well, I started walking the streets of Minneapolis in 97, trying to do right, trying to make a difference, fighting against the establishment, literally fighting against my own people. I had a dude the other day. If you go through my timeline, I had this phony This Freeman crap. This made up group on a damn dude gonna come and try to come at me? Boy, you ain't even got the stage to be coming at me. That's what I'm saying. I even got black folks coming at me. Trying to tell me what's going on. You live, I don't even know where the hell you live. And you're going to sit and try to tell me what's going on with the black folks here in the state of Minnesota? I wish you would. I wish you would try me on any given day. Just like I told his ass, I will host you, brother. If you want to come here to Minnesota, I will host you and take you around the black community here in Minnesota and show you just how beat down the black community is. They done beat the black community down so bad that you can't even get black folks to stand up for a damn thing. For nothing. Well, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, you can. If you want to go boycott Target, you can get a bunch of Negroes down there boycotting Target. But watch this here. The same people that's down there boycott Target, they kid can't even read a third grade book, and they ain't even at the at the elementary schools. They ain't even at the high schools. They're not even at the middle schools. Worried about their kid, but yet Target is the reason our kids are out here shooting at each other, killing each other. Target is the reason why there is no jobs close to North Minneapolis, so a single mom that don't have a car can come and get a job. It's all Target's fault. It ain't our fault. It ain't our fault for not banding together and going down to the state capitol and demanding them do what's right, demanding them teach our kids, demanding them get jobs close to man. No. That's everybody else's fault. That's white supremacy. Negro come on my page trying to call me out. Boy, you better go somewhere and find something. Matter of fact, you come to Minnesota so I can take you to one of these bathhouses. How's that? Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Not when I'm out doing the things that I'm doing and working with the people that I'm working with to try to make a difference for people who look like me. You don't try to call me. Boy, you y'all don't be messing with me. Leave me alone, because I ain't bothered nobody. And if I see wrong, I'm going to say wrong. Period, point blank. You don't have to like me. Never said you did. At all. But anyway, I'm going to be short tonight. Let me get this in, and we're going to be done. But hold on, every now and then, you get somebody who has no clue. And I always, they ask the question. The question was asked, so I'm going to answer it. Y'all can get all upset if you want. It's totally up to you. This person right here. So I'm gonna take you back. Hold on. I'm gonna give you, like, if you go on my page, I did kind of respond. This person right here. Okay, so this is who I'm responding to. So if you go to my page, you'll see her tweet. This is what it's got to do with. Okay. So this is what we're going to be dealing with right here. That's what we're dealing with. Okay. So her question is this. This is what, hold on, let me break this down. She said, 5 years ago today, a show trial right here in Minnesota concluded with a guilty verdict, right? She said, to pacify the angry mob. And she said, I will never understand this. Well, don't ask me. That's where at. Don't ask me. 3978. So if y'all want to, don't ask me. 3978. So if y'all want to tag her in this here for me. There you go right there. If y'all want to tag her in this here. so she can get this here. Now, I'm not saying that she's gonna, or anybody out here who's listening right now, I'm not saying you're gonna agree with anything that I'm about to say. But the question was asked. And for somebody who's been in the trenches and somebody who's listening, somebody who's been at meetings, somebody who's been at the riots, somebody who's been at the protests, somebody who's been at the council meetings, the meetings of trying to put George Floyd, I can give you at least a little bit of knowledge, a little bit more, so you don't have to ask that question and not realize what's going on. So, let me give you a little bit of history first. And again, I'm talking to Don't Ask Me. Don't Ask Me 3978. You ask a question, here we go. So we're always upset. That's usually when people are talking about Derek Chauvin. So when they get upset and they feel like they need to get some clicks and they need to get people on their side, they bring up Derek Chauvin. So let's do this here. First off, let me make sure. I want you to make sure that you understand this. I want you to understand this part. So when you sit there and you ask why, you know at least this part that I'm about to tell you. Black folks knew who George Floyd was. Yeah, we did. We know exactly who he was. Black folks knew exactly the reason George Floyd was over on 38th in Chicago. Black people know what 38th Chicago had turned into. Correct? We knew that. So when people sit there and try to tell us, oh, George Floyd was this, and this, George Floyd, yeah, he was a drug addict. He beat wives, beat women, all that stuff. Everything that you say about George Floyd is true. Period. We know that. You don't need to keep bringing it. I mean, I think y'all say that for yourselves, so because that makes you feel good. Oh, I can dirty him up. It's like what Liz Collins and her little fall of Minneapolis put out. They at the beginning of that little documentary, little film that they put out, her and Alpha News put out. What did they do at the beginning? If you watch this, what is the first thing you notice about that little film? They had to dirty up George Floyd. That's how they get you, right? They piss you off about the type of man that they're about to talk about. And that's what they did. And it worked. It worked on many white folks. Yes, it did. Oh, boy, it did. And they did a good job, but there's things in there. That's why Liz Collins literally blocked me because I showed her an untruth in her little video. And she blocked me because I proved her wrong. No, that's why she blocked me. Because I was at the very gate she was talking about. I watched the police walk out of that place and walk down the street to a bus. I seen that with my own eyes. So if I saw that with my own eyes, but you on a videotape that God knows where you got it from, tell me something different? Should I not say, well, no, that's not true because I was right. I was literally right there. She blocked me. But anyway, we knew who George Floyd was. We realized that. We understood. And everybody always get upset and I can't believe the black community has him as a martyr. I can't believe the black community has him as a king and all this here type of stuff. He's not no. Don't ask me. I don't know if you know who Philando Castile is. If you don't know who Philando Castile is, let me tell you who he was. So Philando Castile was a black man. He had his girlfriend in the passenger seat, and he had his daughter in the back seat. Philando Castile was pulled over, but the police said he pulled him over because of his wide nose. I have a wide nose. That's what the police said. Because he had no other reason really to pull him over. He was just doing what police do when it comes to black people. But that's what he said. Then he says, no, I pulled him over. This is in the court records. Go back and listen to the police testimony. You exactly what I'm telling you. Then he turns around. Then he was like, oh, I pulled him over because tail light. That's why I pulled him over. Well, while he was pulled over, he said, I smelled marijuana. Now, there was another cop on the other side, on the passenger side of this car. And in the court, that cop never said that even when he went into the car, that he smelled marijuana. I'm just saying. That's what it was saying. But don't ask me, this police officer, after this man, go back and look at the tape, people. Don't take my word for anything that I'm saying here. The man says, I have a firearm. But before that, go back and check the tape. The police officer asked him for his license, his identification. So while he's reaching for what the police officer asked him for, he says to the police officer, I have a firearm. The police officer says, don't pull it. He said, I'm not. Go check the tape, people. At the same time that Philando Castile is saying, I'm not, this police officer has drawn his weapon and already put one round into this boy's chest. Now, again, he's firing into a car. His girlfriend is in the seat next to him. His baby is in the back seat. Do we have a clear picture of what I'm saying here? So you're telling me, and this is what black community has been saying about Philando Castile, that this black man who told you he had a gun is going to draw his gun while his girlfriend is in this seat. His baby is in the back seat. And have a shootout with a cop right here and a cop right here. That's what they want us to believe. That this black man was going to have a shootout with two cops with his family in the car. Are you serious? Are you serious? This is supposed to happen. Hell, we had another black dude. The only reason this dude got off that had a gun on him and drunk is because he had two white people with him. As I sit here, I'll always say that. You won't hear anything different from me. The only reason, because if he had two black people in the car with him and he was in the backseat with a gun and a bottle and he's drunk, y'all think this Negro was going to get off easy? Get out of here, man. That Negro got off because he had two white men in the front seat. That's why he got off. It ain't got nothing to do with him talking about, well, the reason I got off is because of I did what they said. That he's a damn liar. He's in this bubble. He's in this bubble. He's in a bubble. And he likes being in that bubble. And he likes lying to himself. But I'm here to tell that brother, point blank, if you would have been with two black guys and you was in that back seat with that gun, you drunk and you got a bottle, I don't care how much damn assimilation you bow down to, they would not have treated your ass the way they treated you when you was with them white men. And you need to get that through your head and stop being a fool. Philando Castile was murdered live. Philando Castile was shot and killed live in front of his girlfriend and in front of his baby in the back seat. And this cop goes on trial. And white folks said he is not guilty. And they let him go. And the governor and the mayors and the black preachers did everything they possibly could do to get in front of this and to hold people down. Because if y'all thought the city was going to go up in flames, I mean, y'all thought when the city was supposed to go up in flames because of Philando Castile. That's when the city and the places were supposed to be burning. But they got in front of it. That's what they did. And they quelled it. And they told black folks, don't let your anger boil over. Don't do it. And black folks said, okay. And then that's when the wick went in the powder keg. True story. I can show you. 2019. After walking the streets and talking and doing the things that I do, I went in front of the Democrats and the Republicans. 2019, right there in the Capitol, in committee. And I asked each one of them, I looked at the Republicans and I looked at the Democrats. And I said, can somebody please give a damn? That's what I asked. Because you could feel it. You could just feel the tension in the air. Something bad was about to happen. Now, Jamar Clark, I don't know if you know who he is. Look him up. Jamar Clark was shot in the back of the head because a cop lied and said that he was trying to get my gun. Now, that was a lie, and they shot and killed that boy. Black folks is upset. These police are just shooting black folks. This is after all the hell that the Minneapolis Police Department had been putting on black folks in and throughout the community. They know what they was doing was wrong. They know that. Look up, pen and a piece of paper for you. Okay? I'll give you a second to grab a pen and a piece of paper because I do want you to read something. I really honestly do. I want you to write down the Minneapolis Police DOJ report. I need you to read that report. I need you to understand how bad and how violent the Minneapolis Police Department was. See, the problem with y'all, some of y'all, I'm not going to use a wide brush tonight. I'm just going to use a little paintbrush. Y'all don't like doing research, and you don't like to look at history to understand. Instead of putting things out there going, why did this happen? Well, geez, you got a computer. You can pull up anything I've been learning more about the history of almost everything that I look up. Y'all can do the same thing, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. But I need you to, no. DOJ report. Minneapolis Police Department. Who was that? Minneapolis Police Department. I need you to read that DOJ report, whether you agree with it or not. That's not the point that I'm making. I'm giving you some references that you can go and look at of the things that I'm talking about. You can look up, go all the way back in the history if you want. Look up the reason why they had to literally disband the gang units in St. Paul and in Minneapolis because they were so rotten. Look it up for yourself, people. James, what's going on, my friend? James said, Google is your friend. It is. It really is. But look those things up, man. And if you really want a really, really good educational situation where you can listen to me. I need you to go to Netflix or go to YouTube and pull up a video, a documentary. It's called The 13th. I keep putting that out there for people to look at it. Okay, so that's one I want you to look at. Number two, I want you to, this one I really need you to go. Write this down. Jim Crow North. It's about Minneapolis. It's about Minnesota. It's about how racist Minnesota has been. Listen to me. Jim Crow North. I need you to watch that video. I need you to watch the video called The 13th. I need you to watch that video. No, I really do need you to watch that video. Okay? Not that I'm trying to, what I want people to understand, I'm never here to try to change nobody's mind. You're going to think the way you want to think, just like I'm going to think the way I want to think. But what I try to do is give you a little more than what you got out there right now, than what you're thinking and what you see it, to try to understand something, right? A couple nights ago, when was that? Friday, when Ace of Spade came on here, white dude was like, dude, Rev, can I get in on you? Let's have a conversation. That's what I like. That's why I brought him on. And that's why I always tell people, I'm cool if you want to have a conversation. I'll put you on here. Now that I know that I can send you my link and put you on here ASAP, boom. Cool with me. Bring it on. But Philando Castile was murdered. He was. And y'all let that man off. Y'all let that man walk free. Yeah, you did. He murdered that kid. He shot that kid in broad daylight in front of his girlfriend and his baby. Yes, he did. What did Philando Castile do wrong? What did he do wrong? Because again, if we're talking about people breaking the law while they have a firearm, there's a dude who just got off. Literally, all the way around. They didn't even breathalyze him. He has a firearm. And you're going to tell me the police officer didn't even give him a breathalyzer, and he had a firearm. No, think about that for a second. This dude had a firearm. He had been drinking, and the police didn't even give him a breathalyzer. I promise you. I can promise you. I'll put $200 down on this. If there was 3 black guys in that vehicle, that one black guy wouldn't be walking free today. I can promise you that. Fernando Castile was murdered. And y'all let him off. And black folks was very, very, very upset. Pissed off. Mad. So George Floyd isn't a hero to anybody. Y'all can keep putting that out there and thinking that and acting that way. But people look at George Floyd and go, Fernando Castile couldn't get one corrupt cop. He couldn't. George Floyd got 5. Name me one black man who's been murdered by the police, taken out by the police. And there's a long list. Boy, there's a long list. Name me one that got 5 cops. 5. Can't. I've never said that Derek Chauvin murdered George Floyd. You have never heard that come out of my mouth. Derek Chauvin is the one. Derek Chauvin, for every black man in the state of Minnesota, for every black man out there, Terrence Crutcher, Michael, all of them. For George Zimmerman, Derek Chauvin is in jail for George Zimmerman. For Trayvon Martin, here's a kid who went to the store to get a pack of Skittles and some tea. He's walking on his way home. This thug decides to follow him. We don't really know. We could only get one side of the story. How do we know George didn't walk up to him and grab him? And Trayvon Martin, feeling he needs to defend himself, got the better of George. Why do we know George didn't walk up? Kick him, punch him, yell at him, call him names. We don't know that. But y'all said that it was all right for George Zimmerman to follow this kid after he was told not to. You said it was all right for George Zimmerman to have an encounter with this kid in a stand your ground state. Why didn't Trayvon Martin have the same rights as George Zimmerman did? Y'all said Trayvon didn't have those rights. Derek Chauvin is in jail tonight because Trayvon Martin didn't have rights. This isn't just about George Floyd, people, and that's where you keep missing the boat. Yeah, he's a symbol, but this isn't just about him. Sandra Bland. Nobody knew how she died. Terrence Crutcher walking, got his hands up, shot in the back. I can go on and on naming names. Tamir Rice, little black kid, little BB gun in a park. The police officer didn't even stop the car before he starts shooting out the window. See, y'all missing the point when you giving all of this credit to George Floyd. You're missing the point. That's why black folks just sit back and go, whatever, say what you want. Call George Floyd whatever you want. Make memes, all the memes you want about George Floyd. This is just not about George Floyd, people. I know you sit there and go, well, make me understand. I'm trying to do my best. I'm trying my best. for every white cop that done shot a black man, for the 13 shots, for the little kid in what was the little kid in Colorado that they shot the ketamine in this little kid and killed him, the little black kid, and the white cops was on tape, on picture. They got pictures of the white cops laughing. Isaiah, I'm trying to think of his name. Little black kid. He's in Colorado. He was walking home. He's kind of autistic. He's walking home, right? Ain't bothering nobody at all. It's cold outside. And the police come and literally, the kid was throwing up on, you can hear it on tape. He's throwing up, and then he apologizing to the cops for throwing up. And they shot this kid with all of that ketamine, and this kid died, and they let these cops get off. That's why Derek Chauvin is in jail right now. He is the reason Derek Chauvin is in jail right now. This is just not about George Floyd. That's not what this is about. I know y'all want to make it that way. That's why y'all want to try to, every time you turn around, somebody talk about letting him out, that because he is in there for those reasons. That's why. Again, I didn't say, and I'm never going to say it, because to be honest with you, we really don't know. We don't really know. We don't know if Elijah McClain, that's him. Thank you, James. That's the kid. Look that kid up. Look at what the cops did to that kid. There's a video out there. There's audio out there. Look at what the cops did. That kid was bothering nobody. He was doing nothing to nobody. And they shot this kid up with dope. And they killed him. And them white cops, them white paramedics, all of them pretty much got off scot-free for killing this black kid. Derek Chauvin is in jail for that black kid. So no matter how much Alpha News, no matter how much Lidge Collins cries, and the rest of you out there, right-wingers, he will be in prison for a long, long time. Not because he murdered George Floyd. He was the one. Because listen to me. I can guarantee you, pretty much, I pretty much guarantee you, had Fernando Castillo's murderer, if y'all would have put that man in jail, Derek Chauvin probably wouldn't have been in jail. You know who else probably wouldn't have been in jail? Katie Porter. Because look. That was a mistake. That was, I know I'm not going to say it was an honest mistake, but I'm still going to give her the benefit of the doubt. I am. Because the bonehead shouldn't have been doing what he was doing. Now, you can get mad at me for that if you want. You know you done caused trouble. You know you done wrong. Just stand your ass there and let the police do their job. But that's not what he did. Now, am I saying every cop got a right to be shooting on black folks? No. But I'm just telling you the mindset of the very people who right now is holding down George Floyd Square. Derek Chauvin is in jail because y'all decided to say that Fernando Castillo's life did not matter. Because I'm just looking at it from sitting around talking at the barbershop sometimes, because we would have been like, George Floyd. But because you didn't do right by Fernando Castillo, George Floyd is a big deal. He's a big deal. Not because of who he is. He's a big deal because of the DOJ report in Minneapolis, because of the jump out squad in South Minneapolis, in North Minneapolis, and in St. Paul, because of the 16 and 17 and 18-year-old boys who are getting out of prison now because they didn't do the crime that we were told that they did. The justice system in Minneapolis, in Minnesota, has not been fair to a group of people. That's why Derek Chauvin is in jail. And I know you probably sit there and you go, well, that shouldn't be his fault. Okay, cool. I agree with you. She called it a what did she call it? A pathetic a sham of a, what did she call it? She said to pacify the angry mob. Yeah, I agree. I totally 100% agree. Then she goes on to says, as Jack, whatever this is, has said, he said, America will not be made whole until she said, until we receive justice for Derek Chauvin. Well, America will never be whole in your eyes, dear. It will never be, because we've been this is what we've been saying since Emmett Till. Since they hung this boy for a lie that a white woman said. This is what we've been saying since they hung those 3 boys up in Duluth, Minnesota. Hello, look that up. Look up the lie that the white woman told on the 3 men in Duluth, Minnesota. We've been saying the same thing. America will not be made whole until we receive justice. We ain't received justice, young lady. Justice for Derek Chauvin. There is no justice for him. There is no justice. You want justice? For every cop that done killed a black man, put him in jail. How's that? How's that? No, I'm being serious. Justice. We want justice too. We want the same type of justice for all the black men. You want one white man off. That's what you want. You want one white man off. And I can name a many black men that are laying in the grave right now. I wish we could get off. I wish we can bring back. I wish they could have a new life, a new story, a new start. But you know what? That ain't never going to happen. So just like your justice that you want, it ain't happening, because Derek Chauvin was the one. And I know it's hard for you to understand what I'm telling you. I understand that. I get it. You will never see it from the lens that we see this thing from, because you don't live the same experience all the time that we live. And you don't want to understand the experience that we live all the time. You don't want to understand it. You don't want to know it. You don't want to hear about it. And when we go out and say we're police brutality, you say shut up and stop being woke. When we say things are unfair, you say shut up and stop being woke. The worst thing in the world that the right-wing Republicans could ever have happen is when white folks do what they did here in Minneapolis. What they did here, what white folks said right here in Minneapolis, that black folks don't have to come march no more. We will do it for you. We don't want you out in the streets. Y'all don't understand. Y'all, I honestly, I've just got to wait until November. And when November roll around, y'all, am I going to have a ball. And you're going to see what I'm saying. I'm just telling you what the Republican Party has done here in Minnesota. I know y'all sit here and you say all of this fraud and all the stuff that the Democrats have done. Y'all don't realize. I honestly don't even fathomably come close to thinking that y'all understand what is about to happen. I really don't. I'm just telling you. I am telling you. When brown folks saw them white people out there doing what they're doing, it's like that was like a charge. That was like a motivating charge. Breonna, thank you, James. Breonna Taylor is another one. They shoot this girl's house up. Wrong address, pretty much. Wrong person, and the cops get off. So Derek Chauvin is in jail for Breonna Taylor. What's going on, John? How you doing tonight, bro? I'm just throwing down a little history lesson tonight for everybody who always try to think, well, Derek Chauvin this and Derek Chauvin that. And here's another thing that I think is funny about the little video that Liz Collins and Alpha News put out. Go look up Derek Chauvin's record. Y'all see, and that's the thing about this. Y'all act like that was an angel of a cop. See, Liz Collins ain't said nothing about Derek Chauvin's past, about how he was as a cop, about the complaints and the things. Derek Chauvin just cost, look it up. Derek Chauvin just cost the city of Minneapolis a lot of money. Look it up. This isn't, it's not like this was he walked around with angel wings, with a halo. He was that good of a cop. That's just not true. But Alpha News is not going to tell you that. Liz Collins is not going to tell you that. Well, she's not going to mess up her money. She ain't messing up her money. Why would I tell you the truth about something? Why? When I know only thing you want is garbage. Why would I, if I'm feeding you garbage and you put money in my pocket, why would I tell you the truth? Why? I'm not going to tell you the truth. I keep telling you guys, I could make some pretty good money doing what I'm doing. I've been offered that on several occasions. But then I have to do what they tell me to do. See, that's my problem. I've got a problem with authority. Always have. I could be a Candace Owens. I could be what's that phony cop? Officer Tatum. I could be all of that. All of that. But my problem is, I have a problem with authority. I just can't do what you tell me to do. All of them so-called mega Negroes that's out there, them mega blacks that love to just come on and get clicks and all. I could do all of that stuff. I could easily turn around. And because I'm in the very community that they talk, them mega blacks that y'all love to hear about from, they're not in the community. They're not in the community. I ain't never seen none of them Negroes in my community, anywhere around the community. And the very Negro that y'all love to death, Candace Owens, I've got a picture I can show you of me putting my card in Candace Owens' hands, telling her to shut the hell up about the black community, telling her, if you want to talk about the black community, then bring your ass to North Minneapolis and help me out. Raise me some money because I need money to help the very people that you're using to make money off white people off of. Period. That's exactly what I said to Candace Owens. Candace Owens actually has my card. I gave it to her. I looked her in her eyes, looked her dead in her face. Candace Owens ain't never called me. Candace Owens ain't never come back to visit me. She been back in Minneapolis, but she ain't never called me up. Hey, Rev, I'm in town. I'm going to take you up on that walk around your community, in the very community that I talk about to make money, the very community I've never been into one of those communities, but I'm doing real good with the white folks. They paying me well. Y'all made that woman a millionaire. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. All for her to tell you bad things about black people. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Don't try me. I've been fighting with you all for years, telling y'all she ain't nothing but a piece of crap, and yet nobody wanted to listen to me. Y'all fought me tooth and nail. You called me names. You put me down, and I told y'all about her from the get-jump. I told y'all about these so-called Negroes that 1 minute running around, walking up and down Broadway and walking up and down Washington, going to the federal building, talking about Black Lives Matter. And then when that don't work, the easy grifters go over and swear up and down they mega. They swear up and down they're a Republican. Swear up and down they want to put on the red hat. Swear up and down Donald Trump is everything. You was just out 2 weeks ago talking about Donald Trump ain't about shit. And then you're going to turn around and swear up and down Donald Trump is all this in a bag of chips? Y'all too easy, man. Seriously. Y'all too, especially when it comes to black folks and they start singing that, oh, I'm off the plantation tune. Y'all love that crap. Y'all need to wake up and grow up. That ain't where it is, man. If somebody is not coming up to you saying, how do we make this thing better? I got grandkids. When I leave here, I don't want to leave them here with the same crap. I don't want to leave here with a city council. And what's important to the city council is putting a damn bathhouse so two gay men can go play with each other. That's not what I'm about, man. No, man. No. So if you can't get with somebody that you trying to make a difference with, you know who I had at my I had a Republican this Sunday. This Sunday. Come all the way down from Albert Lee. She drove in, a Republican. Republican Representative Peggy Bennett came to my church this Sunday with her pastor and his wife and sat in service. And we had a good conversation. So that's what I keep telling people. I don't have a party. You won't hear me bouncing for the Democratic Party. You won't, because I done been through those crap. Where y'all at? I was there at one time. I was red pilled at the beginning when I first went to vote. I was red pilled like you wouldn't believe, because I was told by my own daddy that the Republicans take care of the military's paycheck. We got to keep Republicans in office because they give us raises, and if that's who pay my daddy, then I'm a Republican. Not only that, but my grandfather never made the 63, 64, 68 switch. Never made the switch. The man died a Republican. He voted, even though Richard Nixon hated black folks, and he did. He still believed in the values of the Republican Party. I got uncles who still to this day believe in the values of the Republican Party. They believe that party was going to come back one day. That one day, that the very party that black folks started in, and we did, was going to come back. And they never made the switch. So it was easy for me to be a Republican when I first started off. And then all of a sudden, Ronald Reagan showed me how racist the Republican Party is. And then Daddy Bush showed me how racist the Republican Party is. So I've been red-pilled, people. I went back and I voted for Bush both times. I did. I voted for Bush both times. But I also voted Democrat. But I had to leave the Republican Party because the Republicans don't open the tent to us. They want Negroes. They want Negroes who will walk around in this assimilation bubble. I'm not assimilating to a damn body. I'm not dropping who I am as a person. Like I told you, there's like five black Republicans here in the state of Minnesota. No, I'm being serious. And all five of them had to assimilate. You couldn't tell if they were black or not if you had your eyes closed. You have to open your eyes to see them and go, wait a minute, you black. But they've turned themselves over so much. So much. But the Republican Party here in Minnesota don't try to come down in the black community to talk to nobody, to do nothing. They don't try to write bills to help poor black people, let alone poor white people. That's the thing that gets me. I help poor white people all the time. I'm helping poor white people. I'm getting shoes, socks, underwear, all types of stuff for the kids. We helped a poor mother. I'm a part of Bridges. If you don't know what Bridges is, it's a place where for homeless people, for people who getting out of prison. The white woman we helped get when she got out of prison. Went there, paid for her to go into Bridges and pick out all her furniture, all her housewares, everything she needed. We brought you guys, the fam. Helped me raise money to make sure she had groceries in there. We bought her bus fare so her to get around to do it. Ain't no Republican lawmaker come in and say, "Hey, Rev, all these white people, poor white people down here. What can we do to help these poor white people?" Ain't never. And these Republicans here know exactly what I do. They know what I do. They know what I do. But hold on. But I'm going to tell you a Republican that anytime I need, there's two. Anytime I need something, I know I can make a phone call to these here two. But the rest of them, I'll never hear from them. Representative Michelle Benson and Representative Christine, you know who I'm talking about. She's running for governor. Anytime I need something, them two always come through. Now, can I say that with the Democrats on the Democrat side? No. Democrats the reason I left the Democrats alone here in the state of Minnesota is Democrats turned their backs on the black community. They did. And I know the Republicans out there, ears just perked up. But they did. Big time. When I had to feed North Minneapolis, there wasn't a Democrat in sight. Bobby Champion. I fed Senator Bobby Champion. I fed his community. He's a Democrat. He is the president over the Senate. I didn't hear from this man. This man didn't come by my church to see all the food that we had in the parking lot that we was feeding the community. He never once said one word. In his district, I fed Democrats. I didn't hear from Tim Walz. I didn't hear from Peggy Flanagan. So, James, when I'm going after them for the bull crap that they pull with all of this, it's not just a fraud, James. It's not just a fraud. Tim Walz and Peggy Flanagan let North Minneapolis and the black community down like no other. They did nothing. When I had to get elderly people from the tower all the way to Robbinsdale, when I pulled money together, my friend, to have caravan and pay people for their gas money to get them back and forth, I didn't get any money for the Democrats. I didn't get one dime. But yet and still, James, they sit back and they let the Somalians take us for billions of dollars. And you're going to sit there and act like I ain't got no right to talk about that? Man, I ain't got time for that. When I watch my people starving, knowing billions of dollars was being stolen, and then when the young women, young ladies, when the baby formula situation happened, and we couldn't get baby formula, we had to do all this here for baby formula down there in North Minneapolis. Do you think any of the Democrats stepped up at all, James, and did anything to help? So my grievances with them, James, is just not the fraud. It's the way they left my people, James, when we needed them the most. Right? And they finally getting to the point to where they're looking into some of these black churches that they bought, that the Democrats bought. Yeah, you better believe that. Listen to what I'm saying. When you give a church $2 million and you see no difference in things that's going on in the community, but yet every time something happens, that's the first place the Democrats run, that's a bought church. That's a bought church. So it's not, my frustration, James, just isn't about the fraud. My frustration is the way that the Democratic Party treats the black community, treats the black church, treats the black poor, even treat the white poor. Because like I said, nobody deals with, you don't ever hear white people talking about their poor, ever. I've never been on X or even Facebook and white folks talk about their poor. Ain't never heard it. They act like they don't even exist. I can tell you firsthand I can tell you, white folks are poor. I know y'all like to act like everything is smooth in your community, but it's not. It's not. Half of the people down there in the homeless camps, where they come from? They come from red districts. Watch this here. I've told this story many times. It's just like when people were literally coming from, go Alpha, well, even though Alpha News tried to spin it in a different way, they know I'm right. When white folks came out of the red districts, because the red districts didn't have food at their food shelf, they came down to where? The blue districts in Minneapolis. They came to the food shelf. Yes, they did. They came to the food shelves in Minneapolis. That's why the people in Minneapolis was asking people for their card, their ID, to see where they were from. That's how that whole thing got started. It wasn't just about, look at this. They're carding people. They're carding people. That's what the news put out there for you. That's not the reason they was carding people. They were carding people because the people in red districts, white folks in red districts, were coming into blue districts to get food because the food shelves in the red districts were not staffed correctly. There was no food. James said, "You know that." Oh, yeah, I know that. No, I'm just giving you an understanding that sometimes when I'm going when my frustration, when I'm putting out frustration on one thing, James, it's just not. Look, it's the same thing. Look, it's the same thing with the George Floyd riots, right? I sit back every day when people ask me, the way that the riots happened, what went down, that whole thing, should that have happened? No. Did Tim Walz screw up during those riots? He did. Did Mayor Fry screw up? He did. Did the city council screw up? They did. When it comes to those riots, from the top to the bottom, there was a total breakdown in any type of leadership. Any type of leadership. The day that everything went down, because, like I said, in 2019, I had already warned them. I sat there in that Capitol building in front of the Democrats and the Republicans, and I gave them fair warning. I gave them fair warning that something is about to go down, and it's going to be bad. It's what I always tell the people. I always say this. I listen to the streets first, and then I listen to your Democrats, Republicans, I listen to everybody else. But I have never been wrong by the streets. Ever been wrong by the streets. The streets can tell you when shootings are about to happen. The streets can tell you when unemployment is going down. The streets can tell you when people need jobs. The streets can tell you when the drug trafficking and sex, all of that stuff. The streets can tell you. That's why it shocks me sometimes when they sit there and say that crime is this and crime is this and crime is that. When you don't report crime, it's always down. When you don't have enough police officers to get to that crime is always going to be down. Always. So I'm going to wrap this up tonight this way and say it again to you so you can make sure that you understand what I'm saying. It's better for you to try to do some research than listen to half of these people that's on here. Because they only give you half of the story. They don't give you the whole story. Same thing, like I said, with the fall of Minneapolis. That's not the full story, people. That's the story that they want you to believe. That's the story that they want to give you. I'm trying to think. Rick Capcella. That's who I was trying to remember tonight, so I can show you. Let me go back to 38th in Chicago real quick, so you can also understand something else about 38th in Chicago. So Rick Capcella, which he never answers me because he knows I know. See, this is why they can never, like Liz Collins and this dude Rick. They know for a fact they could never hold a candle to me ever. That's why Liz blocked me, and that's why Rick Capcella just won't answer, because they know I'm in the streets. They know I know this stuff like the back of my damn hand. Watch this. So Rick Capcella did another little documentary, correct? Here's the thing that got me about Rick's so-called documentary. So he does this interview, right? I was about to say it. He does this interview with a landlord, correct? The landlord literally tells, go watch the video. I'm not telling you something that you can't go look at and see for yourself. The landlord is telling Rick Capcella about how the drug operation works in his area. Here's the thing. That very landlord is the very one who's been renting to all of these here drug users, all of these drug lords. Him. When 38th in Chicago start going downhill, it's his fault. Those business owners that you see in Rick Kupchela's little documentary, it's their fault. Because when they were selling drugs outside the store, they didn't say nothing. When they were selling drugs inside the grocery store, the very store George Floyd was in, when they was assaulting, robbing, beating, when there was shootings, that landlord didn't say nothing. That business owner didn't say nothing because they were still making money. But when they wasn't making money anymore, oh, now we need to sue. Yo, George Floyd was in that area because that area had turned into a place where people like George Floyd love to visit. If you was down on Chicago and 38th, there's a reason you was down there. We all know what Chicago and 38th had turned into. So when Rick Kupchela did his little documentary, there's a lot of things in there. I would love to sit down with Rick Kupchela and go, why didn't you ask this? Why didn't you ask this? Why didn't you ask this? Because he only gives you what he wants you, what's gonna make him money, and he knows that. Fear. You know what? You know how you can make easy, quick money. You know how you can make easy, quick money. No, seriously. Should I tell you? You really want to know? You're not gonna be mad at me for telling the truth, really? Put fear in white folks. You can make some good money. You can make some good money. Like I told you earlier. Oh yeah. I could have been making some good money. Only thing I had to do was to get on here and talk bad about the people who look like me. Tell you about this. Hell, you got a black guy running for governor. You know how he makes all his money? He runs around Minnesota telling white people that there is no black dads in the home. That's a fact. And white folks pay him a lot of money. Look it up, people. It's not, hey, like I said, don't take my word for it. White folks pay this man a lot of money for running around Minnesota telling y'all about black people. Those are facts. That's not something that I'm making up. So don't sit here and tell me. So don't sit here and tell me what I just said, that the easiest way to make a quick dollar is put fear in white folks. Don't tell me, because there's somebody who's doing it right now. Literally. Has been doing it for years. No, seriously. There's a black woman. There was a black woman who ran around Minnesota, was on news station podcasts and everything. Don't let me pull up. Joe Shushera's. Don't let me pull him up. There's a black woman ran around here. She made a pretty good penny. Lying to you about CRT. Yes, she did. And y'all paid her bills. You did. She made a pretty good penny. Say you didn't. Go ahead. One time. Say you did. Because I fought you for years on that lying CRT crap. Say you didn't. Don't let me pull a video up. Don't let me pull her audio. Don't let me pull her audio or her lying to you about CRT. Don't let me do it. I got receipts on this. But she ran around this state, and he ran around this state, lying to y'all white folks, swearing to God that they were teaching your kids CRT. And y'all bought it hook, line, and sinker. And y'all paid this white woman, y'all paid this black woman to to lie to you. Where is she at today? Where is this CRT crap at today? But that's all it took to make you fear black people. And y'all come up off dollars. Facts. Those are facts, people. I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up. Dude and his wife make over $200,000-$300,000 a year. For what? For what? For talking about black folks. And y'all pay them good. Because I don't know if that just makes you guys feel good. Just to hear bad things about black people, that you're willing to pay people for that. But it happened right here in the state of Minnesota. Right here in the state of Minnesota. Hell, I had a website for almost 2 weeks go after me. Literally. A whole website. Right here. Went after me for 2 weeks because I went against what they believed in. She had all her minions on me. They was on me for 2 weeks, dogged me out, pulled me through the grass, rolled me up in the carpet, taped both ends, and they threw me over into the river. But what they didn't realize is the more they attacked me, the stronger I became. And I'm here, and half the people start following me because of what she was doing. The things she said about me. She literally went on her platform and said, if you follow that idiot reverend, this is what she said. If you follow that idiot reverend, you either need to block me or I'm going to block you. Block him or I'm going to block you. Or stop following him. That's what she did. Because I went against. And let me make sure y'all understand something too. And I can even put you, I still have the back and forth of me and the person who run this website saying Merry Christmas to you and Happy New Year's to each other. And I put out there trying to help raise money for this website when I first got on. Oh yeah. But the one time I disagreed with this website, the one time I said, no, that's not true. You need to stop doing what you're doing. She went after me for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. She did everything she possibly could do. Literally. I even got a meme. She even made a meme of me. I'm not joking. She made me into a meme. This is how bad she wanted me. But see, here's the deal. When you tell the truth, when the light is there, when you give the people all of the truth, all of the story, and you don't beat around the bush, and you're not doing this, I don't get paid $1. I have never, not one iota of a dime. When I have to renew this $438 because I have to pay for this here site, this live stream. I pay for this out of my own pocket. For all this equipment that I got here, I bought all of this. Ain't nobody ever gave me $1 for everything that I got here. Y'all didn't pay for this. I pay for all of this. Y'all ain't nobody ever said, hey, Rev, is there any? Well, wait a minute. I'm wrong. Sorry. Let me take that back. When I first got started, that's right. Hold on. Like I said, I don't ever want to not give people their flowers. When the first time I got started on this live stream platform, I had this brother in Virginia. He still follows me. I follow him. Matter of fact, he even came to Minnesota. He paid the entry. He paid the fee for me to start this up. Literally, it was like, don't worry about it. I got you. He paid when I first started. My first year on this platform, he paid for me to get started. But other than that, y'all ain't never sent me one dime. Y'all, I don't have no, what is that chat called? Cash chat, Cash App chat. I don't have any of that. Y'all don't send me money for for my wife doing my back. She did this here for me. This whole get up that cost some money, man. That wasn't cheap. She didn't put out a GoFundMe page to help get this here done. That what you see back there, that was not cheap for her to do that. So yeah, I could have had all of this paid for, people. All of it. Could be making some pretty good money. But see, all good money, man. Seriously, all money, people, is just not. That'd be like me taking 30 pieces of silver. That'd be like me, like that pastor at that church that they marched up into. That'd be like me. Like that pastor here, he's a pastor and he's working with ICE in a bad way. Now, I believe in working with ICE and going after and getting the right people. But what this man is doing, the reason they was up in that church, that'd be like me being that man. If I sat here and took money from you all for being nasty, ugly, and mean, no. I have to show you I got to show you my other shirt that I just got. I got to show you my new shirt that I got. James for sure would like my shirt. I guarantee you he would like my shirt. Friday, I'm going to show you my shirt. But I got a shirt. James for sure would like my shirt. All the rest of y'all probably won't. But I guarantee you James would like my shirt. But anyway, fam, I am done for tonight. I appreciate y'all. I am way, way over. But you know what? It's good to run off at the mouth sometime. But I got to go up there and get myself plugged in because I got another busy day on tomorrow. I got 3 people that I got to meet and that we're doing some things that we're going to be doing some things with that I am happy about. It's been a long time coming, and I do believe that we're going to be making a difference. And y'all you're gonna see. Y'all just keep hanging in there with me. But another thing, yeah. Well, now that I'm talking about it, anytime y'all want to kick in and say, "Hey, we're gonna help Rev with that $400 some odd dollars," I will never turn down money from y'all because I'm not doing it to hate on people. Even though somebody called me hateful today, I got called hateful today. And I don't even know what I did yet. And I'm still trying to find out through this person what I did. Literally called me hateful. Anyway, I got to go. Hey, y'all have a good day. I definitely appreciate you all. And God be blessings to each and every one of you. And I pray always that everybody travel in a safe journey. I hope that I pray that if anyone is going through something, that God bless them and he lays his hands on them and he bless them with whatever they're going through. At the end of the day, because we do serve a mighty God, that no matter how things work, no matter what things go against you, God will make sure that he's going to turn things around for you. I can guarantee you that, and I can definitely promise you that. And for knowing that and that alone, we should also have a smile on our face, right? And y'all know what we do with those smiles. We go out and we smile at somebody, so somebody smile back at you. Y'all have a good night, fam. We will talk to you probably more than likely, we'll see if we're going to scrimmage this week. If we scrimmage this week, more than likely, I probably won't have the energy to get down here. So we probably have to wait till Friday until I rest up. We'll talk to you soon. Y'all have a good night. Peace, fam. I'm out.